All right, everybody, welcome back to the VRML. I'm your host, Gibular Bob. With me today, I have Hertaj. How's it going?
How's it going? It's great to be, going back to back. Coming from that F3 versus Eternity game yesterday, with that being a nail biter, we have another series, Acer versus Infinity, and I'm excited for this as well. This is another, tier one league match, and I'm kind of excited to see that, these new, I believe both of these teams have built new rosters. They have picked up a couple of new guys. I think one of the big, the big headlines of Acer is them picking up the Determined from the Wicked roster.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very big pickup there for Acer. And I mean, we do have some familiar faces from both teams. This is actually the number 2 team, Acer, versus the number 9 team, Infinity. So let's take a look at this matchup tonight. Of course, like I said, Acer number 2 and Infinity number 9. It says number 6 there, but currently Infinity with a 2-3 record. Their best map being Hideout with a 50 rounds played and a win percent of 60. And then, of course, over on Acer, 4-1 record from them. They've had a very nice season so far. Their best map is Hideout with 40 rounds played and a 65% win chance on Hideout. Then, of course, next best map for Acer would probably is actually Ship, where they played 20 rounds, also with a 65% win chance. But they haven't played that as much as Factory, with 51 rounds played on Factory, 59% win ratio there. And then, of course, Infinity's next 2 maps are Skyscraper and Ship. They've played 12 rounds on both of those maps. 58% on Skyscraper, Ship 42%. In a previous encounter between these two teams is that Acer won 14-7.
Got a little bit of a rivalry.
Absolutely,
That second rematch.
Do you have any kind of prediction on what do you think might happen? Who you think might take the lead early here?
Now I don't want to throw shade. After seeing, I think, like 12 days ago, I was watching that cast with Infinity F3, and after that, I feel like I kind of accidentally gave them that nickname of Chokefinity, where
Oh no.
they have everything. They have that round lead, and then all of a sudden they throw it away. Now against a team like Acer, I kind of want to say that's a stomp, but that one loss against older guys, that stings a little bit. I've known that they haven't played for a while because they have been picking up a couple of new games, so it could go either way. But I think it just matters a lot more on their map picks.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see. We're still waiting on one for Acer right now. Currently on the Infinity team, we've got Ninja Tim, On Dog, It's Dolphin, Lynx GTV, and Old Gravy. I believe that's their starting lineup. And on Acer, we've got Determined, Fear, Tech9 Junior, Dest, and Hotline. Just waiting on that 5th right now. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us, we haven't even started the first game yet, so you're getting in at a great time. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here. Of course, I would say both these teams are fairly aggressive, right?
And yeah, in terms of aggression, I think if we look at a team like Infinity, where they have these types of I think a lot more in Factory. I feel like they're a lot more aggressive. Although I feel like they have this. I'd argue like I'm not sure how to call it, but I feel like they would usually stack up, and they would just send in one by one, like troopers, just one by one, trying to get some type of info. Where Acer will just go for it. They don't they don't even need info, and because of their amount of firepower, that you have these notable names like Determined, Tech, Hotline, Dest, as well as Red, and they're all great shooters. and they have a lot to offer on the table. But that's we also have to put up against that's the also a really good firepower against Infinity. They have they have Dolphins, Jester, Lynx, and I believe Lynx former players NF and Ninja Tim and Gravy, and the rest of that roster. They are also all great shots. So I think it's just gonna matter all on basically the strats they decide to choose, as well as how much they can condition the other team.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, before we get started, we'd like to thank our sponsors, starting, of course, with Triangle Factory, who are the creators of Breachers, this 5v5 tactical shooter here, often compared to as the Rainbow Six Siege of VR. And Triangle Factory, the developers, again, very generously donating to our $8,500 prize pool. So big thank you to them. We'd, of course, like to thank Exclaim, the official VRML merch store. Plus, if you're interested in a exclusive store-wide discount while supporting the league, consider affiliating with VRML via Exclaim. We'd like to thank ProTube VR. ProTube VR provides the best VR rifle mounts and VR accessories. Help stabilize your aim in-game by picking up a MagTube stock. Put your controllers into cups that magnetically connect to a fully adjustable stock, or if you want to add to the immersion, you can check out the Force Tube with haptic feedback to enhance any virtual shooting experience. With a variety of other products ranging from Beat Saber to joystick mounts, ProTube VR is your one-stop shop for controller peripherals. We'd also like to thank HyperX. Get 15% off MRSP off of fully priced HyperX products in North America using code HXVRML23. HyperX also supports the VRML with high-quality HyperX Quadcast X. You ever heard Nightfire? When he casts, he uses the Quadcast S. And, of course, HyperX providing plenty of products for both the casting team and the prize pool as well. So big thank you to HyperX. And finally, we would like to thank Helga, the manager bot. Are you tired of juggling schedules, stats, and communication for your esports teams? Say hello to Helga, the esports team management bot. Helga helps with availability, scheduling, communication with opponents, and statistical analysis. To get started, join their Discord linked in the chat or on the VRML Breachers/Onward website. With that, that's all of our sponsors. Big thank you to everyone who helps support the VRML. And big thank you to the creators, the mods, and the whole VRML team. Looks like starting map will be Hideout. And Infinity are going to be
I do think it's
on...
it's an interesting pick. I think we could try and cut back to that match page. I do believe right now Infinity is home. So I think, to our knowledge, it is their location. So, and then if we let's cut to AESIR real quick. Hideout does make sense for them because statistically they have a 75% win rate on the hideouts. I think it's just based on their execution, and they do have a lot more experience than compared to Ship or even Skyscraper. Even though AESIR have never played it this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Just sending the teams the signal that we are good to go. It looks like we're about to get started here. Hideout, of course, as you saw in the matchup page, the highest percent win chance from both teams. But here we go. Getting started with this matchup. Welcome, everybody, to Infinity versus AESIR. Of course, starting off on the bottom floor of Hideout, Infinity on defense here. They do have sights downstairs in gym and bar. And taking a look at that starting Nico, we got 4 Spectrals and a Taurus from Infinity, and 4 Spectrals and a Jesper from AESIR. So, do you have any idea on what the early push might be here, Hertaj?
They might try, and I think this is a common strat with AESIR. They'll just try and isolate most of their sites to that first, to not even try and hit that main floor where the site is. They will try and opt to go for hatch, and then once they know that they have full clearance of that hatch, they will just send everyone, just push them. They'll just force their way inside to gym, and just try and get a couple of picks. But we'll just let the round speak for itself.
Absolutely. Tech9 Jr. opening up storage with that Spectral. And look at that. Old Gravy tucked in the back there. Not pushing up to try and find an angle out on the patty, but just possibly waiting for somebody to run in so that Gravy might catch somebody off guard. Hotline in that door of storage right now. And there's the breach into Jim as we have Des Red heading back up top along with Tech9 Jr. who's out by the front door. OnDog over in foyer, and there's the front door. OnDog looks to find a kill, but gets tagged by Tech9, so OnDog's retreating back downstairs. Des up in garage along with Hotline. This is a interesting start from AESIR. There goes the storage hatch. It's about 2 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time. Old Gravy still tucking in that corner. There's the frag. That might find a kill. It does! Determined takes out Old Gravy. What a frag is Lynx over in the fort. It's taken out by Red. It's Dolphin finds the kill on Red. Determined to fear a refrag on Dog there. As It's Dolphin takes himself out with a frag grenade. Not good for Infinity as it's just down to Ninja Tim.
And it's just a quick round. Infinity weren't able to respond quickly. And just in a matter of seconds, that's what AESIR are a lot more known for, their aggressive style of play. There's just no room for Infinity to just try and reposition, rethink of what actually happened, as it's just down to Ninja and who's trying to push the storage, but Determined Fear is just going to close it.
Yeah, a very, very strong start from AESIR. It was a 4 versus 1 in the end there, and wow. They really came out swinging over on AESIR. So we see a round 2 Vezin from Red. Oh, Determined possibly picking one up as well.
It's common for teams to go with these anti-ecos as they want to extend their lead. But I will say that it does make sense for Determined Fear because if we do pull up that scoreboard, he's going 3-0, contributing a lot, especially with that first round push. So it would make sense, I think, I would argue that Determined is their best rifler in the entirety of AESIR, besides, Taquito. No respect to Holland or Taquito, but I feel like, ever since they picked up Determined, they had their best shooter.
Absolutely, and of course we do see the teams up on the roof. Now sites are kitchen and dining room. I wonder what the play is going to be from AESIR here. They're up on the roof. Possibly going to be a breach on bedroom? We'll find out in just a moment.
I think they just want to clear out that top area. They might want to do the same strat where they try to push hatch. Or, actually, I think I know what strat this is. They want to try and get the roof, so just in case that there is someone trying to rush out balcony, they'll have that easy control, because that outline will still be there. However, they will just be a lot more quicker. Right there, as you can see, Dolphin trying to toss that nade. Fortunately, ending up going a little bit too short as everyone on AESIR already made their way into garage. As that's where the execute's actually going to start to happen.
Yeah, as we see Old Gravy playing center of Site B at the moment. Lynx GTV by the pantry. As Des looking for some shots. Hotline pops open the walls. It's a double nade. Old Gravy is taken out by the frag of Hotline. Is Determined takes out Lynx GTV. OnDog flanking into garage right now. Has been spotted. Finds one on Hotline. Looks to pick up a second. Gets refragged by Red. As It's Dolphin takes out Tech9 Jr. Determined Fear finds the kill on Ninja Tim. It's now just down to It's Dolphin. 1 versus 3 here as Dolphin makes their way into pantry right now. Does have that Spectral. Determined Fear, the rifler for AESIR, is still alive. Dolphin looks to find one, but Red closes out the round with a kill on It's Dolphin to give AESIR a 2-0 lead over Infinity.
The utility users from AESIR, they burned a lot of incendiaries as well as frag grenades, and that ended up working in their favor. They're able to take out Gravy. They were able to isolate these type of fights. They didn't let that rotate coming in from pantry to try and get a better angle. As Infinity, they had nowhere to go. They weren't able to try and rotate back to where most of that fight was. Even though OnDog was able to get at least one on that flank, it was immediately cut short. And that's the amount of coordination you see a lot in tier 1 play. And for Infinity, I think, now we get into these rifle rounds where anything can happen. But feel like there has to be a little bit of slack because I haven't seen a lot of these trades coming in from Infinity. They've ended up letting most of their players like fall without any type of a response.
Yeah, they need to find some pace here, and maybe they'll find their pace now on their full buy round, except for Ondog, who is sticking with that Taurus. But this is going to be an important round for Infinity to pick up if they can. We see Determined cloaked out on the porch desk with that Drone Tech 9 hotline up on the hatches. Lynx GTV is tagged through the wall. Old Gravy in the back by Globe is Determined. Fear takes out its Dolphin. That's an early frag for AESIR to get. Ooh, as they drop in, Hotline, and now on 5 health as Red takes out Ondog. We see Tech 9 does get that foam on the wall, and AESIR is quite hurt here, but Infinity lost 2 players. Lynx is almost out. Lynx GTV finds the kill on Tech 9 Jr. Swings out, looks to find one on Determined, but Determined will pick up that kill. Gets refragged immediately by Old Gravy. It's now a 2 versus 3 Desk looking to find a kill. Old Gravy pressed by Globe. Looks to find one and does take out Red. It's now a 2 versus 2, and this might go Infinity's way. It depends on Ninja Tim and Old Gravy right here.
I'm not too sure about this flank because even though they could try and coordinate the push, but look at AESIR. They're not even trying to play on the outside. I know they have that rotation, but we have Des watching that flank. But this coordination has to be perfect for Infinity, as it can happen. Ninja Tim's able to take down Holland's all down to Des in a 1v2, 9 HP. They could just start the plant pre-fire coming in from Ninja Tim, but it's just a matter of time if Des is able to respond back. I'm not sure if Ninja Tim realizes that Des is behind there. He does. Ninja Tim able to take it, and that's the first round win for Infinity here on Hideout.
And what an important round for them to win. That'll keep them with a little extra eco for this first half. It'll help them buy some Vezins and some other util that they are going to need to tie it up and possibly look for a lead over AESIR at the moment. It looked like a very strong round from AESIR. It took me a while to realize, actually, that they planted the EMP. I didn't really realize it until it came down to
that's how aggressive AESIR plays.
Yeah, that's
just,
2 versus 2.
You blink for a second, and then all of a sudden, you're in a post-plant situation, and you got a minute left to play it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize what happened there, but yeah, it was a very good round for AESIR, but Ninja Tim brought in that flank that took out Hotline, probably won the round for Infinity there, and this is again a good situation for Infinity. They are still a round down, but they do have the opportunity to bring this back, especially because Determined, the only member of AESIR right now to be carrying a Vezin. So what is going to happen? We see Determined Fear right outside a garage at the moment. We do have a drone from Des Tech 9 heading back up to the roof. Des just methodically... Ooh, it's a double drone. Yeah, you're right. Ninja Tim does get spotted by that drone. Heading back into kitchen as Hotline makes their way in along with Determined. Tech 9 looks to possibly move in as well. Its Dolphin is tucking in foyer. Might find a kill on Red here. This is an interesting tucking spot. We do see Hotline tossing that syringe to Determined. AESIR a little bit bruised heading into garage here. Ninja Tim has found some very, very well-placed shots, but AESIR has mostly recovered as its Dolphin finds the kill on Red. That was a very, very good start by Infinity. The EMP player has been killed as Dolphin retreats back to the big stairs, now heading down to rotate as Lynx GTV and Ninja Tim making their way into foyer. And Determined definitely has their work cut out for them. Lynx with that Marui looks to find a kill on Determined, but Ondog will pick that up instead. It's now a 3 versus 5, a good round so far for Infinity, and this could be the pace that they needed. We saw AESIR have a very, very strong start, but Hertaj, I mean, if you're AESIR here, what is your plan?
Oh, I'm not sure if AESIR realizes this, but that site's free. B's fully open, but I'm well aware, and I think Infinity does know that they have that EMP, so they're just gonna play defense on it. But I feel like if either Des or Hotline realize that, hey, side's free, we should just try and retrieve that, as they're gonna try and execute this, but they're just gonna really waste, that audio and time for nothing. But the only thing that they're giving out is their position. But they have to
Yeah.
retrieve that as they have to get that as well. But it's gonna be watched, or actually Tech9 might be able to retrieve that. Does able to. I think now all AESIR have to do is just defend the site.
This could be an oversight, a massive oversight for Infinity if AESIR can get this EMP planted down. I think
They don't know they have
Infinity
flank.
realize it, but it's Dolphin finds the kill on Dest. And this makes the situation even more difficult for AESIR. Tech9 tosses out that flash. That gets 3 Infinity players. Looks to stick that EMP, but just abandons it at the last second. Lynx finds the kill on Hotline. This has not gone well for AESIR this round. It's now just down to Tech9, who does have that Spectral, possibly looking to find a couple kills at the end of this round. May want to try picking up a Vezin, but a very strong round from Infinity, and OnDog finds the kill on Tech9 Jr. to tie up this game and give Infinity a little bit of extra pace, but AESIR getting close to that full buy round. Oh, it is their full buy round.
Yeah, and I think this round matters a lot for AESIR because they're opting to go with a full buy here. I do believe they are going to be on a loss bonus if they do, lose round 5. I believe it started out 0-2, so it would make sense. But yeah, I think it was a massive overlook from Infinity. However, also on the other side, there was that Tom Air. I think they got a little bit too greedy with that site control. They knew that I believe it was A side. Forgive me. It was either. I think it was A. Yeah, it was A that was fully open. They got greedy. They didn't realize, even though there was multiple shots coming in from piano side, and somehow they just never looked at flank being a possibility. Maybe because of that player count, they were being a little bit more cautious of that other site trying to push in or wrap around towards connector. But I think that flank, AESIR trying to give up flank, I think that sealed it for them.
Expected Infinity to go one way, but they went the other, and it worked out massively for Infinity. As we see Lynx GTV right by Deathbox right now. So Infinity playing pretty close to the sites. We do see Old Gravy out in the family room balcony at the moment. Determined Fear over on the porch, and there's the drone from AESIR. Dest actually tagged a bit at the beginning of the round, down to 74 health. But currently Old Gravy rotating back into bathroom as OnDog takes out Dest, and there's the EMP player again. Very, very good start for Infinity as AESIR are going to have to recover that EMP. It's a little bit safer this round than it was in the previous round, where it was right in front of the front door, and Infinity were just watching behind that piano. But I mean, we're seeing an early 5v4. AESIR on their full buy round. They need to find some pace. Are they possibly going to go? Oh, it looks like it might be another possibly Site B breach through bedroom and death hallway. What do you think about this, Sertaj?
They don't have any type of. The only defense they have to worry about is that static field. But if we look over on that utility side, AESIR don't have anything else to respond with. They don't have any type of follow util as they build up, as OnDog's actually able to take down Tech. But it's down to a 5v3, as I was saying. The only thing that's costing them is that static field emitter, and they're stalling for a while. They're trying to receive shots. They're being conditioned heavily from Infinity, and that's the EMP down as well.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what a shot.
And a tripwire.
Wow, Lynx taking out Red with that tripwire. And this is, oh my goodness, Hotline takes out Old Gravy with that frag grenade. What an explosive round. No pun intended. No,
that was definitely pun intended. You came up with something in your head and went, yeah, that sounds good enough to say it on broadcast.
You're right. You caught me.
I mean, Old Gravy, his username as follows. He's got that old reaction time. It takes like 2 seconds to fully comprehend that nade was there. Yeah.
That was somehow worse than mine. But anyways, we see Hotline on the roof right now, saving that Vezin, going for the salvage play this round. Did not work out for AESIR at all. They are going to salvage that cloak and the Vezin, but I mean, Hertaj, walk us through that round. What went wrong for AESIR there?
I think it was just, Des falling first immediately. I think they were trying to, even though that drone was able to spot 2, I think it was early shooting. We saw it on that window. Des trying to go in, maybe get an early pick. But a lot of teams know about this type of strat. They know that drones will usually have one player following it, because it's common for the human eye to just look at a drone and be like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot that drone. Hopefully nothing else happens. And maybe if you look at these diamond, silver teams, maybe it will work. But you can't do these against master teams where they have built so much experience. They played a lot of breachers, excuse me. They have I think 500 hours. Some of them have to touch grass. For all, I think they just gotta restart. They gotta restart. They have to focus again, and they gotta think of something new. They can't try and run the same strat as we go. We're starting on that main floor, and if we look back, it has worked. I believe round 4 they were able to get control of that site. They just didn't look at flank. So maybe they are able to learn from that and maybe tie it up 3-3.
Absolutely, and AESIR, this is the halftime round. They bought a lot last round, so they are going to have to run in this round with an RCP and an RL. Of course, that's going to hurt them. But we'll see if, it's like Hertaj said, they need to try something new against Infinity, because what they're doing right now has not worked out for 3 rounds in a row. The best case for Infinity right now in this first half is a 4-2 lead over AESIR, but AESIR can still tie it up heading into the second half, which is absolutely what they want to do. There's a breach on Laundry, is determined, getting ready to swing in, heading in very, very early. Does have that cloak as itself and looks to find some shots through that Laundry wall. Determined looks to swing, finds the kill on Ninja Tim. Lynx peeking from Pantry as It's Dolphin and Old Gravy. Oh my goodness, It's Dolphin has been tagged by Hotline through the garage wall. Good crossfire there, as we see a smoke is tossed by Infinity. Currently out in garage is Tech9 Jr. and Hotline. Is Hotline getting tagged, tossing a frag deep into the site. That tags Dolphin, and Determined now knows where Dolphin is, who tosses out a frag, lands over on the other side of the kitchen. Not the best throws. Determined looks to swing in. It's Dolphin finds that kill, immediately gets refragged by Dest. As we see Lynx still holding the Pantry. It's a 3 versus 4 right now. Lynx tossing that heal over his Hotline, finds the kill on Old Gravy, and the roam has been shut down as Hotline over in Laundry at the moment. Des still in the Laundry hallway. OnDog finds one. Des refrags as Lynx is about to get pressed by the Pantry and is taken out by Des. And a 3 versus 1 scenario to give AESIR the tie heading into the second half. And I think AESIR's going to feel
that's got to be the
very
most execute heavy site. That's got to be the most execute heavy thing I've ever seen from AESIR. I mean, Infinity did respond back. There was multiple flashes. Infinity with that anti-flash play, trying to go with Molotovs. Nade trying to respond back. I will say it got a little bit wary for AESIR, because what Determined Fear from Laundry tried to push up, trying to get site control, trying to hang towards back site. However, there was a static field between garage, so all AESIR could just do is just watch and pray that their center got a couple of frags, but immediately fell. But the moment that static field was gone, it was smooth sailing for AESIR. They were able to push on the site. They were able to get a couple of frags. They're able to get down that Old Gravy, trying to watch that cross, and then they just swarmed in easily. If there's no defense, stopping AESIR, it's you're basically having your death sentence in breachers.
Yeah, and we'll see if AESIR can continue that pace that they found on the previous round in their second half. See, It's Dolphin making their way in all the way down, possibly by Wine Cellar, which is very far away from the site. We see OnDog right outside of Family Room. Ninja Tim up on the roof. Lynx GTV over in Family Room as well. We do see foam on that site. AWOL, it looks like it's going to be a breach into the bathroom where Determined and Hotline are patiently waiting. We do have 5 Spectrals versus 3 Spectrals, a Jesper, and a Taurus. There's a frag tossed in by Infinity. That's going to clear out that static field emitter. Hotline behind those boxes there does have that frag prepped, waiting for the audio cue of the EMP being planted. Ninja tossing in a flashbang. That's not going to find anybody. We see a smoke tossed out to the breach. OnDog moves in. Oh, a frag! It's a bad frag by Hotline. Almost tagged Determined, who looks to swing out. Finds 1. Finds 2. Oh my goodness, Determined finds a 3rd, but gets refragged by Lynx GTV. However, Hotline swings out and takes Determined's place. It's now just down to Dolphin. What a brilliant strategy by AESIR's Red finds the kill on its Dolphin. AESIR wins their first round on defense. That was really impressive 3-kill by Determined there.
Yeah, Determined. I think, after, I would say, a little bit of a wrong grenade throw, I think Determined there with that smoke, it was very easy to cross. And I think, I think Determined was like, yeah, y'all got a skill issue. I'm gonna rush in. And somehow it worked because you never expected, you thought someone from Infinity would be able to watch that just in case someone would push through door. And no one was. And guess what? Determined got 1, 2, and 3. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the 4th, although they were able to get them to half health. And I think Determined was the big key factor inside of in that defense. They played a lot more aggro. We said it back in pregame where AESIR, no matter what side they're on, they're just gonna push.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just really, really impressive. It's like Heritage said. I mean, took complete advantage of the vulnerability in the Infinity offense there. We'll see what happens in this round. Currently Determined picking up that round 2 Vezin is its Dolphin right outside of Laundry. Finds a very early kill on Hotline. OnDog is taken out by Tech9 Jr., who goes bowling as Lynx looks to recover that Taurus. Tech9 is actually tucking right inside of Garage right now. I've never seen somebody tuck right here as Lynx finds that kill on Tech9. Ninja Tim over by that patio. So it's a 3 versus 4. This has not gone well so far for AESIR, who are 2 players down, or excuse me, a player down from Infinity. Frag is tossed out into Laundry Hallway. Determined finds Lynx as Red takes out Old Gravy, and just like that, AESIR has regained control of this round. It's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. It's Ninja Tim with that EMP. It's Dolphin, Ninja, both in the Laundry Hallway at the moment. 2 minutes on the clock right now as Ninja looks to swing, but doesn't find any AESIR players just yet. It's down to Determined, Dest, and Red against its Dolphin, and Ninja Tim, who just goes down to Red. It's now just down to Dolphin, who finds a few shots on Dest, throws out that flashbang, but that's not going to blind anybody. Has a healing syringe, but it's not ready yet. And Dolphin down to 15 shots in the mag and 6 in reserves. Gets that heal off now, but Des looking to swing. Dolphin finds the kill on Des, but Determined will secure that refrag to give AESIR, again, a 2-round lead over Infinity. And they played that round very, very well towards the end of it.
Yeah, I think just overall, although it did look a little bit chaotic inside of that start, it was pretty calm for AESIR. All it had to do was just let that Vezin live, just let them hard anchor on site, and while all these pushes was happening, and that even though they had a little bit of an unfortunate kill, because the Dolphin able to get Hotline, they're able to respond back with Tech9 rolling that grenade under that garage door, and able to secure at least 1 frag, which ultimately, even like if you're down by 1 single attacker early, it's just so hard to try and come back from.
Yeah, and I mean, we see this is the big full buy round for Infinity again. They're picking up the Vezins. They got a Marui. Now, last time we had a full buy round from Infinity. They took control of the game and got quite a few rounds over, three rounds in a row over AESIR. I'm curious to see if that will happen again on the Sights back upstairs. Hopefully, Infinity keeps an eye on their flanks this time before Determined pulls out of it another very nasty play. As we see an Ensign tossed into Site B. Tech9 Jr. just waiting in there at the moment as Lynx GTV finds a very early kill on Red through the wall. Very, very well placed shots. We see a 4 versus 5. Old Gravy looks to make entry over by the bedroom death hallway. We see Lynx GTV looking for more shots in there, finding some on Hotline. And Lynx knows exactly where that connector is, but Tech9 finds the kill on Ondog. Determined takes out Ninja Tim as Old Gravy finds the kill on Determined. Old Gravy now pushing up into the death box. We see another smoke toss. A frag tossed out! But Old Gravy is able to escape that in time. Tech9 Jr. now pushing up into the smoke, but is found by Old Gravy. Another drone from Infinity, and they use this at a very, very good time. We see a 2 versus 3, but Hotline finds the kill on Old Gravy. It's now a 2 versus 2. It's Dolphin and Lynx GTV looking to push in. They've got plenty of time on the clock, a minute 40. They want to keep this pressure up, though, as it's Dolphin looking for a kill on possibly Dest, who's behind the servers right now. It's the pace slowing down a bit. We see another breach on Site B as Dest finds the kill on It's Dolphin. Lynx finds 1 on Hotline, finds 2 on Lynx GTV, and what a flick by Lynx, who's on 2 health at the end of that round.
Oh, the ice in this man's veins. It just all the way from the Zenith days, coming in Infinity, he still got it, even though unfortunately, back gonna do it in the preseason finals. Just able to just keep his composure and just do it when it matters, even though his teammates were falling like all around him. And I was a little bit skeptical with Lynx trying to open up that wall a little bit early, maybe just because both AESIR players were around that closet side. But I was quickly proven wrong after, seeing that 1v2 clutch from Lynx. As now I think they're a little bit, they still need to win one round in order to stabilize their economy, because if they do lose this round, they're not looking great.
No, absolutely. And of course, tough for AESIR. They don't have any visits this time. Determined had one in the previous round, but just things are getting tough for AESIR here. As what we saw, like I mentioned, is that they picked up 3 rounds the moment they got their full buy. So I wonder if we'll see the same thing happen. Of course, in this case, if it's Infinity find their 3 rounds in the second half, that would mean they would win map 1. We see AESIR putting Infinity in the danger zone. Tech9 is shot by Ninja Tim, I believe, who is, no, not Ninja Tim, just shot through the workbench there as we see a frag toss by AESIR. That's not going to find, well, I think it tagged Old Gravy actually for 2 health. We see Ninja right outside of Laundry Hallways. It's Dolphin with that drone, possibly looking to move in through the Laundry Hallway and clear things out for Ninja Tim. There it is. As Des does find that drone. And this is an interesting play from Infinity. They're quite spread out. Old Grave finds the kill on Hotline.
And that single kill is just stopping that entire progress. It's Determined. I don't know what that man's doing. He decided to push up and immediately gets punished for it at his 5v3. No lives dropped from Infinity. But look where Ninja Tim is at right now. He's at Laundry side. So as long as they get garage, they're able to push into B easily, unless they're immediately stopped by a tripwire. Old Gravy having that old man's vision, unable to spot it. As now they're, even though they still have that advantage, 4v3 Spectrals against Vezins and Maruis, it's still looking great for Infinity.
Yeah, eating that Old Gravy definitely hurts your eyesight, but we see Dest over in Kitchen at the moment. moment looking out that door. Ninja does finally blow up the wall. There's Ninja finds the kill on Des, who looks to swing out into Laundry Hallway. Lynx is on 1 health. Was on 2 in the previous round, now down to 1. So I don't think Lynx could set a new high score, even if they wanted to. But we see Tech9 Jr. over in the connector between the 2 sites, Red over by Pantry. And less than a minute on the clock for Infinity, who started off this round definitely playing a little bit more passively than they have been. Now they can apply, they're going to need to apply some pressure here, but It's Dolphin finds the kill on Tech9 Jr. Played for picks has really worked out for them here. It's now just down to Red with that Taurus. Doesn't really have too much of a reason to save, but there goes the EMP. It's getting planted, and it is planted. It's Dolphin on dog over by Garage. Red is just kind of stuck here. Is going to need to take out 4 Infinity players with a Taurus, and they're all running to the opposite corners of the map, but Lynx GTV will find that kill and give the round to Infinity, and they actually tie it up.
And that's going to be a huge round for them, even though it is going to be another rifle round. But now, this round is where it could decide everything. The moment you win this round, your economy is great, and for the other team, you're going to be stuck on RCPs, you're going to have to force, you're going to have to be very, very low on utility to deny entry for enforcers, as we do get that second story floor, and it could be in that favor of Infinity. However, if we look back, I think pistol round, Determined Fear, pushed up, able to get 3 and immediately seal it. So the question is if can we expect this type of play coming in from AESIR again?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, AESIR, they need to win. They need to win from a strategic
They need to win really, really bad.
They need to win this, but really, really bad, because It's Dolphin has about $4,000 to play around with. A couple of those Infinity players are pretty rich, so even if they do lose this round, they'll have realistically a better chance than AESIR. But we'll see what happens on this round. Round 11. There's only 2 rounds left to go in this game. We see Lynx on porch along with On Dog. It's Dolphin again prepping that drone. We see Ninja Tim with that frag primed. It's a full 5 stack of rifles on both sides. Red playing behind Deathbox as Old Gravy On Dog looking to move out into the bedroom. See Ninja with that EMP. They need to be so careful about how they play this. Ninja tossing a frag down the depth hallway. Doesn't find Red. Red just staying tucked back behind that death box. There's a skylight breach from It's Dolphin. Looking to clear out some roamers there. And Tech9 Jr. is actually downstairs, now rotating back. Looks like it's over to family room. There's the foam on the site B wall. There's the breach, as On Dog is watching that rotation, determined, looking to find a kill. On Dog fires some shots, but determined stands up, finds some cover, looks to take out On Dog, and what a gunfight we're seeing here. A minute 50 left on the clock. It's determined, finds some shots. On Dog forced to use that healing syringe. It's determined, now pushing up behind those boxes, and On Dog is running into sight, finds 1, looks to possibly pick up a second, but determined is watching those servers. On Dog finds 2 as Red takes out Old Gravy over by the death hallway. We see Hotline 5 with the frag, takes out On Dog. There's another replay as we see Lynx GTV over by the over in the bedroom at the moment. It's a 3 versus 3. Tech9's over in family room. I think Lynx wise to that push as Lynx finds the kill on Red, almost gets taken out by Hotline, is taken out by Tech9, and it's a 2 versus 2 as It's Dolphin finds the kill on Tech9 Jr. A 1 versus 2. It's just down to Hotline. AESIR really wants to win this round, but I mean,
Infinity have the better position here. They're able to start his plant. Ninja Tim has everything. Just, forced to post plant. Hotline is in a very bad spot right now. He's trying to watch that wall, and the moment he gets spotted there, he could try, but he's actually going to be able to make some progress. I'm not sure he realizes that Ninja Tim is on site, but 40 seconds left. Here's the call. Dolphin's able to get it, and we're looking at the map point for Infinity.
What a round from Infinity there. Oh my goodness. On Dog just running into the site with reckless abandon, honestly, but finding 2 kills before going down, and that worked out tremendously for Infinity. It really shook up the defense from AESIR there. Here we are on round 12. We see the map points, as Hurtaj said, over on Infinity. So,
just pray in chat that they don't choke. Because I think one tourist, because I've seen it happen too many times. They've had leads. I just pray that they actually could keep their composure and not choke this entire thing. Otherwise, I would be very, very disappointed.
Well, you know, I mean, you got to remain optimistic about these things, but anything can happen. We'll see.
You just pray. I mean, it's a Bridgers. Anything can happen. Someone can be a little bit silly and forget to bring an EMP on the site. Not trying to throw shade, but it happened before.
You know, you never know
on this very match
when the team is going to forget to vibration code or something. But unfortunately for Infinity, they did remember here as OnDog tossing that instant. Now tossing a flash in, looking to find some shots, but nobody's actually back in the fort. What a frag from AESIR, who looks to find a kill, but that's not going to find anybody. As Tech9 over in storage, tossing a frag out. That
the Knut.
Oh my goodness, Old Gravy finds that kill on Tech9, shuts that Knut down. As we see Dest over by Site B, and this is just going to be rough for AESIR. You know, they only got one
That's
rifle
a free planet. They have double smoke.
Oh my goodness, and Ninja Tim is going for it, looking to get that down, and Dest looking to challenge, finds the kill on Ninja, as Determined takes down Link's GTV. Old Gravy finds the kill on Determined Hotline, takes out Old Gravy. It's just down to Dolphin into 1 versus 3. No way could we see this happen. Dolphin now on the roof. The EMP is not finished yet. No, her touch. Did you just predict what happened here? Oh my goodness. We see It's Dolphin now over in bar. 1 versus 3 as AESIR looking to pick up those rifles, and It's Dolphin definitely has their hands tied here and has their work cut out for them. 1:40 now left on the clock as Dolphin going for that flank. Is anybody on AESIR watching Boiler? We'll find out in just a moment. Dest by the fort as Dolphin looking to peek. Finds one, but gets refragged by Red. AESIR tie up map 1. Oh my goodness, Hurtaj, what did we just watch?
We see it. AESIR was down by economy. They didn't have anything. They had 4 players that couldn't buy Vezins. And the smoke to just go for a plant. They just planted that common spot. And guess what? It immediately gets shut down. There's 2 bodies on Dog and Lynx. They try to go for this plant and immediately shut down. And I'm not sure what happened. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, what a first map here in this really exciting series. We take a look at the scoreboard here. We see Determined finishing 15-9, Red 9-7, Dest 6-7, Hotline 8-9, Tech9 Junior 3-9 over on Infinity, Lynx GTV 10-8, on Dog 9-9, It's Dolphin 11-8, Old Gravy 8-10, and Ninja Chim 3-7. What I'm still just blown away by what we saw there. It's like Kurtaj pointed out. I mean, AESIR was down by just about everything. They had, I think, maybe 1 rifle up at the end or at the beginning of that round.
They had Knuts and RCPs. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. We're just gonna get the kills. And I think that Infinity they weren't able to get a lot of that map control. It felt like they were just trying to go in blind. I felt like if they were, before that smoke was fully up, I think if they were able to just maybe make some progress inside towards storage or parkour, and maybe they would have had full control. Or it's like another good reason is just get hatch. That's it. If you get hatched, you win site, you get the post plan, and I'm not sure what the proper call was for Infinity.
Yeah, I mean, this just really, really hurts Infinity there. I mean, against AESIR, they really probably would have wanted to pick up Hideout here at the beginning. So now we're gonna see at least 2 more maps in this. I think possibly the teams are changing servers. Let me find out what's going on here. Okay.
I think we could be on unless I get a text from. Okay, I believe so. We are on a service swap.
Yeah, it is a server swap. As we are moving over to new server, it looks like next map was going to be Factory. And of
Factory.
course, if we take a look at the matchup screen again, we'll see who's better on Factory here. It looks like AESIR. They've played 51 rounds on Factory with a 59% round win ratio there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll see, as we see on Infinity, they actually don't have... Factory's not one of their top 3 maps. It's Hideout, Skyscraper, and Ship. So do you have any insight on what you think we'll see from AESIR? I know at the beginning you mentioned that Infinity got a little more aggressive on Factory.
Yeah, I think a lot more because Infinity, I think just Factory in general, because it's been out for like ever since we got the alpha phase back when you had to import it, not through side quests, but it's been commonly figured out. But a lot of teams, and I think Infinity, what they're gonna try and do is just think about, once they have that info, once they have everything clear, and maybe they're just gonna try and util dump onto site. But I think I kind of want to just maybe pay attention towards, that second story of Orange on A site, because I feel like a lot of more notable plays coming in from Infinity came from that particular call out.
Yeah, as we'll see. I think, let me see if the teams are good to go. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Of course, yeah, let's take a look at the... I kind of want to see the NA standings at the moment. As we previously mentioned, AESIR number 2, Infinity. It says on here number 6, but you look on the VRML website, I believe Infinity is number 9. They are. So, a 2 versus 9 matchup, of course, if you remember from the match score... the matchup screen, we did see that in a previous encounter in this season, AESIR did beat Infinity 14-7. So we'll see. I mean, off to an interesting start as Map 1 Hideout is tied up by AESIR on the last round there. It looks like they are getting ready to start, and we will start things up as we head into round 2. Taking a look at that starting eco, we do see 2 Jespers from 2 Spectrals.
We got a Taurus. Maybe let's just keep our eyes on Odd Dog. Maybe we get to see some one taps. But it is unfortunately, I would say, the easiest site to try and take, because this is, I would say, arguably this is if you love to play offensively and no brain, shut it off, just rush into site. This is your best site to do. Because if you're playing as Revolter, you have very limited angles to try and watch every single entry on site. So basically, if you lose any control for any reason, that gives the enforcers any type of call to just go in, kill players, get the plant, and potentially secure it around. But seeing a little bit of a different side coming in from AESIR, they have Des buying a drone, so maybe they want to get some basic info and try and commit to it.
With AESIR starting off on offense, we'll see how things go this round as It's Dolphin actually right up by Printers, determined catching some fire from Ondog as It's Dolphin tossing a frag out that almost finds somebody from AESIR, but Destin Hotline got out of the way just in time. Ondog is on 3 health, looks to find one, finds that one tap on a Determined, and Hertaj was right. We definitely see a one tap there. Old Gravy finds the kill on Tech 9 as Hotline finds the kill on Ondog, picks up a very, very nice kill for AESIR there. Hotline picking up a second on Old Gravy. It's now a 3 versus 3 as Lates takes out Red with a trip mine. And we do see It's Dolphin making the flank down from Upper Orange. Finds the kill on Des. Looks to pick up a second, but Hotline secures a refrag. Oh my goodness, Hotline picks up 2. Gets refragged by Ninja Tim. And that was a very interesting round. It looked like AESIR might have won that, for a little bit there.
Yeah, AESIR just were able to push in, Unfortunately, on dog, the Taurus itself, that it does if they see you in the pistol round, and I think just imagine, I can't imagine the amount of I would say scrub quotes from Acer. Getting one tap by that Taurus is a little bit demoralizing. I will say they were able to get into orange quickly, but that late flank coming in from Dolphin, she's been able to just isolate it, and it was easy picks for her.
Yeah, and we see the sites are upstairs. Now, do you happen to know what the names for A and B are? And I know one is ballistics.
I believe it's I don't even pay attention. I just call it floor plus that site. Even as casters, we don't know everything about maps.
Yeah, I know most of the callouts for everything in the game, and
when it comes to the sites, yeah, good luck. We're not looking into that.
As we see Des on half health from an early Acer frag there, Red finds that kill on dog, as we see now drilling happening on that orange vending door blocker. Lynx is now in the back as we see round two Vezins from Infinity. It's Dolphin going for a Kadia. Interesting buy on round two. Red pushing into lockers. Old Gravy finds 2. Old Gravy finds 3. As Dest finds that refrag. Red did take out Lynx GTV. Oh my goodness, as we see Red picking up the Vezin. Dest does have a frag as well as a 2 versus 2. There's the foam on the storage wall into site A as we see a double grenade is tossed. Ninja is tagged by that frag. What a throw by Dest there, who does have the EMP. Now it's Dolphin over in connector. And this play is going to be very interesting as they swap guns. Ninja picking up the Cadillo as it's Dolphin getting ready to swing with the Ves and finds one. Red picks up the kill on Ninja. Looks to find a refrag. Has backed out as it's Dolphin now has to deal with a planted EMP. Is Dolphin going to stick it fast enough? Pros don't fake as it's Dolphin. Let's go with the EMP. And we see Red finding some shots.
There's no way. I thought, what's the tick on it? It's 2, but I think 1 tap just maybe bait out Red. But time pressure's on now.
There's the 30-second warning as it's Dolphin taken out by Red. Oh my goodness, what a round as Acer ties it up with their first round on the board. And I think, do you think if Dolphin stuck that, Infinity might have won that round?
She had the HP, and just pray that Red wouldn't be able to land that headshot first try. Unfortunately, I did not. I did see the 2 tick, but that was at the end while Red was trying to push. I wasn't fully sure on the status on that 3rd tick, but I'm kind of confident that there was time to try and stick it. Oh, but that's close.
Very, very close. And oh my goodness, it looked like Dolphin might have been able to defuse that right under Acer's nose. But Acer, fortunately for them, they did pick up that kill and secured their first round on map 2. So we do see the sites on the 2nd floor right now, determined right outside of Orange Vending's Tech 9. Watching the roof along with Dest, Hotline. They're all up on the roof here on Acer. I'm curious to see what the push is going to be. It looks like it might be through orange stairs, but Ondog is Flash moving into lockers, takes out Dest with that trip mine, and what a start
in the most unconventional place I've just drop from hatch. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on walking because who expects utility on the top, but Ondog, even though able to get one with that drip fire, is gonna immediately fall, as that's one attacker to not worry about.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because Ondog didn't even fire at Dest, kind of just expected the push in from Dest, and the trip mine worked there. Yeah, really weird spot to put a trip mine, but hey, I mean, it worked as we see a double hatch drop from Acer. Hotline heading over to upper orange as it's Dolphin looking for some kills with that Spectral. Up on the cycling bin is taken out by Tech 9 Juniors. We see how Insane is tossing Lynx GTV in server trying to find some kills here, but this is a good push from AESIR. They've developed well into site A. They got the EMP planted, and now it's time for them to skedaddle as Determined Fear finds the kill on Old Gravy. Ninja Tim does find a one-tap upstairs on Hotline. Looks to pick up a second. It does! What a double kill from Ninja, who does secure that Vezin. It's now a 1 versus 2 as Determined takes out Lynx GTV. And the EMP has been planted. We're going to get close to the 30-second warning here in just a moment. But we do see Tech 9 in upper orange. There's the 30-second warning as Ninja drops. But Tech 9 finds that kill to give AESIR the lead of map 2.
I think, even though Infinity were a little bit more down on in terms of firepower, they're still able to come back. Ninja Tim, I feel like if a little bit more early, even though was able to get 2 frags on top of orange, and I feel like if there was a little bit of more proper communication, they were able to maybe pinch that main orange side and potentially, you know, win that retake. But with Lynx pushing out a little bit too early, and I feel like Ninja Tim, if he were to swing out towards that wall side, because that door was going to be heavily washed out away, and if he were to drop and try to tuck in a little bit in between that door and wall, he Determined would have had to push out early, and the HP difference was there as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a really difficult situation for Ninja Tim there. How to deal with a 1v2, and the EMP had 30 seconds left on it, so you gotta, you figure you gotta take out both of those players and then defuse in 30 seconds. So really tough for Ninja Tim at the end of that, but we see Determined picking up a very early frag on Ondog. A nice quick pick there from AESIR as Ninja Tim tossing out, looks like a frag into orange storage, doesn't find it, but he does. Hotline, Determined, all moving into orange storage as we see 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. A frag is tossed in, that takes out the door blocker, heading over to Assembly. Ninja Tim in the back is the connector player for Infinity here in this set of sites. We see red over in Assembly, and that frag on the door blocker. Oh, very,
I'm not sure they realize there's no one's there.
No, as Determined takes out Ninja Tim. Red pushing in. Hotline takes out Old Gravy. Red and Determined pushing in through the connector. Hotline takes out Lynx GTV. And wow, AESIR completely usurped control of the site from Infinity there. It's Dolphin over in Assembly. Not really much Dolphin can do here.
I think, yeah, you're better off, honestly, just saving that gun.
Yeah.
And maybe if AESIR just, they shut their brains off, they act like those little bot players inside of those control point public lobbies, maybe they would tie it up. But I feel like the moment that Ondog fell inside of orange, for some reason, I felt Infinity, they kind of backed up. They played a little bit too cautious. And because they only had players watching from door and connector, they just never been able to try and fully play retake. And AESIR, being that aggressive team as they are, they're just gonna push in the side and get everything. They start plant, and the rest of AESIR, they're like, yeah, you have to come at us, but we'll come at you. And they end up killing everyone on site.
Yeah, just a very good round overall from AESIR. I mean, it's like Hertaj pointed out, Infinity really fell back there, and they gave up a lot of real estate for AESIR to take advantage of, and they moved in and secured that victory. So very, very nice from AESIR as we see a couple of Vezins from Infinity at the moment. Oh, yeah, it looks like they are going to full buy except for Lynx, who doesn't quite have the money for Vezin this round. Over on AESIR, we see plenty of money in their hands. This is a 3-1 game at the moment with AESIR in the lead. Ooh, and I mean, we see the sites on second floor. What do you think the strategy needs to be from Infinity to get control of this game again?
Try and watch your flank. Try not to because what it looks like is AESIR, they're trying to push in, and the moment they have that top hatch, they're gonna pinch it. They're gonna go main, and they're gonna go for the top as well. And I feel like that Infinity player, at least one of them, I think, Ondog's on that top as well. They have to stay alive after everything that's happened. As long as they stay alive, as well as they properly communicate, they're able to play retake. They're able to pinch, and that's kind of that key factor that Infinity need, and that's one of their. As long as they get that and they're able to figure it out, they're gonna be able to, able to take a couple of rounds, even if they. If they don't win that, they'll still have like one player that's alive on AESIR, but they just gotta find it.
It looks for a moment in this round. Red was about to walk into 2 trip mines there at the beginning, but just, I think, noticed them at the last second. We see a drop from Hotline, now from Des, as it looks like AESIR is doing the same thing they did last time. There's a smoke toss. This is such a bizarre strategy, but very interesting. Hotline moving into kitchen, picks up the kill on his Dolphin as Ninja Tim finds the kill. Undetermined Fear Tech9 now dropping the hatch. As we see Lynx over in server, looking to find a kill as Hotline picks up that. Tech9 takes out Ninja Tim. It's a 2 versus 3. It's just down to Ondog and Old Gravy. Ondog's taken out by Hotline, and it's now just down to Old Gravy as the EMP is getting played there. Old Gravy finds the kill on Tech9 Jr. through the wall, and the EMP has been planted. We see Hotline and Dest versus Old Gravy, and oh my goodness, what a round. It was just complete chaos there as Old Gravy now looking to move into Site A, but Hotline waiting, finds the kill on Old Gravy to give the round to AESIR. And it's now a 4-1 lead. Could we potentially see a 5-1 lead heading into the second half?
Looking at the economy, we potentially can. But, we're back to another rifle round after, Infinity losing 3 in a row. And looking back, that smoke grenade from AESIR did wonders. They just got rid of that crossfire between server room and hatch, and they were just able to focus on the main bomb site as well as that connector towards gravel. And the moment they pushed up, they got that site, and just the sheer aggressiveness from, I believe it's Hotline, that pushed through server and got that frag, sealed it for them, as the last 2 remaining Infinity members had to rotate all the way back, which if they had a little bit more firepower or they rotated properly, maybe they made that right call, they could have went a little bit towards the other way.
And we'll see if AESIR can pick up that 5-1 lead over Infinity in this final round of the first half. I'll be curious to see what AESIR does on defense here. They're actually dropping a breaching foam into storage very early. We see Ondog in lockers, Old Gravy in lockers, Dest and Determined right outside of Orange Vendings. It's Dolphin on Orange stairs at the moment. If Dest and Determined are not careful, they are going to be pressed and they're going to be eliminated very, very fast. Dest moving into lockers as Tech9 takes out Ondog. Lynx GTV finds the kill on Determined. Lynx looking for another kill. Does find one on Tech9, but gets refragged by Hotline. Dest looking to rotate back out into Orange Vendings, but stays in lockers as it's Dolphin now making their move over in lockers. This could be bad for AESIR if they're not careful. We see Dest looking to rotate back into lockers. I think maybe spotted it's Dolphin, who's now back over by Orange Vendings. We see Red now rotating around. Oh my goodness, it's just like they're on the other side of the wall from each other, and it's Dolphin is getting very, very close to picking up a kill here. We see foam on the Site A wall. That's the storage wall as Old Gravy looking for some shots, and Lynx GTV found very, very nice shots to take out 2 players there. Red finds the kill on Ninja Tim as it's Dolphin looks to rotate back. Old Gravy, oh my goodness, Infinity has been pushed out of their sights. Dest gets that EMP planted. If AESIR can get back on that roof and peek through the hatch, this could be very, very bad for Infinity. We could see that 5-1 lead heading into the second map as Old Gravy over in lockers in the moment. Des in blue hallway is taken out by Old Gravy. It's Dolphin and Old Gravy now in the lockers. It's a 2 versus 2. AESIR have made it up to the hatch. It's Dolphin baiting out that EMP, but AESIR just needs to play back. They just need to keep an eye on that EMP as Hotline picks up 1 on Old Gravy, picks up 2 on It's Dolphin to give AESIR the win and give them a 5-1 lead heading into the second half.
I'm gonna be blunt here. That smoke sucked. Infinity, I feel like, they're trying to, smoke off that cross. Unfortunately, there was a massive gap in between that. And another factor was that Ninja Tim, he was watching that cross. And I'm not sure if you caught it, but there was that gunfight between Red and Ninja Tim. If Ninja Tim won that, they wouldn't be able to get Hatch. Unfortunately, Ninja Tim just got skill issued and had probably, I think, the most horrific whiff I've seen in my life. Excluding me because I suck at aiming. But it's just that Infinity, they're able to think it right, but when in terms of executing it, it's not there.
Yeah, it's been tough for Infinity in their first half, and we'll see. I mean, Hertosh did say they get a little bit more aggressive on the factors, so we'll find out. And it looks like Hertosh was right, but Hardline finds 2, Determined finds 2, Determined finds 3. That round was less than 10 seconds long.
Oh, the read was I can't even break it down. They just made the wildest guess I've seen. Determined just plays the aggro. We recall it back. AESIR's the most aggressive team in playing Breachers, and guess what happens? They throw a nade. They get Hotline's able to get 2. Determined pushes out and gets 3, and it hasn't even been a full 10 seconds into the round, and the majority of Infinity's roster is gone.
Breaking news: the the most aggressive team in Breachers plays aggressive.
Whoa! And those for tuning in from the Nickington City versus Havoc, welcome back. I did just see that Nickington did win 2-0. So, and I was here. Hey, more Breachers content. You didn't miss a lot, although you did miss a very good map 1, 6-6. Hopefully y'all were dual streaming like Philibus was doing and had both streams up. But as we go to the next round, and it's just rough right now for Infinity. Yes, they're gonna be on that 4 spy.
Breachers players are. Oh my goodness! Ondog takes out Determined so early. Wow. I was gonna say Breachers players are about to have 5 monitors up watching every game all at once. We see a frag tossed out onto Gravel. That doesn't find it. A bit of Hotline swings out, finds 2. Old Gravy takes out Hotline. His Des picks up Old Gravy. Ninja Tim finds Des. What on earth is happening here? As we see Tech9 tossing an instant out onto Gravel, just like that. It's down to a 2 versus 2. So AESIR got a little bit antsy there. Red is down to 2 health. We see It's Dolphin with that element. This could be good for Infinity. As It's Dolphin now recovers that vest. They overextended, to say the least, on AESIR, and it looks like that possibly hurt them. They
have guns. They have Maruis and Vezins to work with, and they also have a healing syringe, so they're able to take a lot more of these very aggro fights and retreat and able to get some free info. As actually they have A. I'm not sure if they realize this. I think they're gonna play a little bit more cautious, but A's open. The only defense that they have to worry about is Red inside, just camping server. But you could just easily oh no, Red's in B. They have A fully open.
And it's gonna take a while before Tech9 and Red can get in A. Yeah, I don't think Infinity realized this yet though. They're just playing out. Now they're moving in. It's Dolphin looking to get that EMP planted. Ninja Tim gets that EMP pass. Tech9 now moving in from upper orange, but Red takes out It's Dolphin. Tech9 takes out Ninja Tim, and map 2 goes to AESIR. No. Oh my goodness, what an end to this second map.
No, there's no way they didn't.
Oh no. Oh no.
They didn't check flank?
Oh man. And Red found the kill on It's Dolphin, and that cost Infinity the round there at the end because Ninja Tim got pressed from Tech9. Holy cow. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick as we see Hotline dropped 18-4 that game. Dest 2-5, Determined Fear 7-5, Red 6-3, Tech9 5-4. Over on Infinity, Old Gravy 7-8, On Dog 4-8, Ninja Tim 5-7, Lynx GTV 3-8, It's Dolphin 2-7. Holy cow. I think we are switching lobbies again, but I mean, Hertaj, break down that final round right there. I mean, what happened to Infinity that gave them the lead and then kind of
what
fell
threw them
apart?
away? Besides the they didn't watch flank. They were able to. I feel like they weren't able to punish the extending enough. You know, they had one player hotline just push out and able to get three for some odd reason. All they had to do was tuck in and maybe they watched that guy from top, and you know, but they weren't well prepared. But yeah, you know, they got Vezins. They had rifles. They had the better firepower, and you know, they had that. They had the easiest post plant to do. You know, you just watch from gravel and watch from bathroom, and that is easy sailing. But I think, you know, Infinity did well there. It's just that I wish they treated their, you know, end game calls the same as their mid rounds, because that, you know, they could have, you know, kept that round alive.
It really, that I think that could have set a very decisive tone for the rest of the game if we were in the alternate timeline where Infinity pick up that round. But that really hurt them, and it's gonna give AESIR a 7-1 game to walk away with on the second map. So thinking about the end game strategy here, in order for Infinity to win this map, they have to win the whole series. They have to 7-0 AESIR on map 3. Is that something that could realistically happen with the way AESIR's been playing tonight?
Not against tier 1 teams. Unless, you know, we get the most perfect play coming in from Infinity. It's gonna be rough to try and come back from 7-1. In terms of elo, the best thing that Infinity could do is try and tie it. But if they go, you know, 7-5, 7-4, 7-3, 7-2, it's not. They will still technically tie it, but in terms of elo, they would still lose it. But it's just that last round felt like it was close, even though the score said otherwise. And for those that want more Breachers content, make sure you subscribe to Breachers VRML. I believe from production we are 8 away from reaching 1,000 subs. I'll do something. If we hit 1,000 subs at the end of next week, I will buy the most sour soda and drink it on stream. I will make that promise. I will drink the most sour soda and drink it on stream. My tongue's gonna hate me for it, but I'll do it for Breachers.
I wish you luck with that. I was thinking maybe like, you know,
I can't wait for my tongue to feel numb for like a week.
I was thinking more along the lines of maybe we have like moderators versus casters, you know, scrim or something. But yeah, the most sour soda you can find and drink it on stream, that also works. So I wish you luck, because that sounds very, very impulsive. Are you going to finish the whole bottle though? That's the question?
I'll probably do it like consecutively over stream, and I'll show if I could drink the full bottle at the end of Cassis. But if I'm unable to, I'll chug the whole thing. All right.
Oh. I don't envy that. I don't envy that at all. And it looks like voting is ending here. What is the final map going to be? It's going to be Skyscraper. You called it. So, Infinity starting off on the defense. Now, I've heard that Skyscraper is a map that, you know, it's defense sided, but I'm of the opinion that if you have a really, really aggressive offense, you can actually negate the advantage of a defense on this map. Do you have any thoughts on this, Hertaj?
I feel like that even if you want to have that offensive push, I feel like your execute has to be at least 20 seconds or less, because you know Skyscraper is well known for having flank opportunities, and if you push, you got to commit for it. Otherwise, if you stall for any reason, you let that flank come in and shut everything down. So, although it is possible for really aggressive teams to potentially win it, they cannot stall. They cannot let any nades. They can't let static fields get in that way of pushes.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. Let me give the teams the go-ahead. It looks like we are going to get ready to start up the final round, and here we go. I mean, again, like I said, because with the way VRML works, it starts off with a best of 2 format, or best of 3, excuse me. So if a team wins 2 straight games, they win the whole thing. However, if we make it to all 3 games and a winner isn't decided, it calculates by rounds. So because AESIR won Factory 7-1, in order for Infinity to win, again, they would have to 7-0 AESIR in this game. Oh, we'll see again. Knifefire in the chat.
Infinity is starting defense. So maybe there's a little bit of life, but as long as they're able to get that they're able to get their offense to work, then it's possible.
It'd be really cool to see if we're 8 subs away from 1,000. So if you have your grandma or your mom or your dad or whoever,
get your cats, cat, that tiny that 3-inch kitten that people just overly like get cute for, but get anyone you know, get your classmates, get your teachers, get your superintendent of your school district to sub.
The school board, the whole school board. Get them to subscribe.
Or the school board, yes.
Yeah. Go to the school board meeting. That's all that's on the agenda. Get everybody there to subscribe to the Breachers VRML. We are 8 subs away. I feel like if you bring it to the school board, you get a lot more than 8 people there. But we'll see. We've got AESIR out in courtyard at the moment, and like Hertaj said, their executes are going to have to be less than 20 seconds if they want to find some good pace on Infinity. But we're about to start up round 3. Here we go as Tech9 Red, Des all rushing in. They take out Old Gravy. A firing squad. Determined's now in as we see a smoke toss. That's going to slow down the push as Ninja Tim finds the kill on Red. We see Foam on the wall into B2 Lounge as OnDog takes out Tech9. It's a 2 versus 4 as Lynx GTV takes out Des, and this hasn't gone well for AESIR at all. They needed to get in there, in and out fast, but that smoke really slowed things down, and that press from the bathrooms really took out AESIR. Then let me turn on the HUD there. Lynx GTV in the bathroom as we see a frag toss. Determined pushes Lynx GTV into them and finds that kill. It's a 2 versus 3. Still possible as OnDog is getting pressed on lower north. Looks to find a 1-tap. Determined with that pre-fire as OnDog now rotating back up to upper lounge. We see it's Dolphin in the connector between the 2 sites. OnDog and Dolphin are quite low on health as Ninja Tim takes out Hotline. It's now just down to Determined Fear, who's got a 1v3. Is it likely that would happen?
No, and we come back. They did have that push. They were able to get 2 frags, but that nade, as well as that frag coming in from OnDog, stalled their push, and guess what? They got hesitant. They ended up losing most of their players. And it went from this, winnable 5v3 into like these 2v4s as, Determined Fear immediately falls. But yeah, they had the push. They just stalled.
Felt like I could feel the impact of that Taurus on the side of my head. Oh my goodness, what a 1-tap by Ninja Tim, who takes out Determined to give the first round to Infinity. Now, realistically for Infinity, they have to have a very, very good defense. If they have a very, very good defense, they could secure a 6-0 lockout. But again, if AESIR wins any more than 2 rounds between their offensive half and their defensive half, they've already beaten Infinity. So we'll see what happens, but this is a good start for Infinity. This could be what they need to secure a good first half. We see Ninja Tim with that Vezin, but I mean, Hertosh, what do you think? What do you think we're going to see from AESIR? They're pretty spread out.
I think they're gonna play a little bit more slow. Maybe because it looks like that tech does have a drone, so maybe they want to clear out info. They just want to gain how many are gonna be inside of that hallway, or how many is gonna be on site. As Onok's gonna try and shut down that window early. Drone does spot one. Now they're still gonna try and clear out everything as well. I think that's what AESIR is trying to go for. Maybe they want their info first. As the lounge is one of the hardest sites to try and take storage and green screen. Rough, assuming that if you try and play aggressively, you end up, having these really short sights, but it looks like they're trying to push the hallway, but Gravy's able to find one all the way from podcast. And Nate Toss able to knock down Tech to 9, but yeah, they're starting to make some progress now.
We see OnDog find the kill on Hotline. Lynx takes out Tech9 Jr. It's Red and Determined, the last two members of AESIR, up right now.
Ooh, you gotta swap sides.
Yeah,
I just saw
I think,
broadcast.
Yeah, that's my bad. We see OnDog take out Red as Determined takes out OnDog. Apologies for that. But Old Gravy finds the kill on Determined Fear to give Infinity their next round. And these rounds are just going by lightning fast. I mean, even with that delayed push from AESIR, they droned it out. But I think I'm of the opinion that they got farther when they rushed in. I think they just need to go for it and don't hesitate. And I think they would actually have a lot of success. But they are full buy. A couple of their players are full buy in this round. It looks like Hotline, Tech9, Determined, Dest. Yeah, it's their full buy round, except for Red, who is running that Spectral at the moment. We'll see.
It's a very notable risk because, actually no, I think it's a little bit more safe because if they lose this, they're on that they're on that loss bonus. I believe 2K. I'm not sure. I'm too lazy to check the logs. But they have a reason to go for the risk. But I would argue this is a little bit one of the more easier sides to take. A broadcast and control room. So, and if we look at the overall utility, they do have flashbangs, they do have nades, they do have British foam to work with. So maybe we could see a little bit more progress with not Infinity, AESIR, and potentially get at least 4 players down.
We see a Determined over by Red Room, Hotline in the vent, along with Dest, Tech9 droning that out. Lynx is in the back of broadcast room, but nobody from Infinity is over by server. Nobody from Infinity is over by the entrance of broadcast. I mean, oh my goodness, we see a frag tossed out. That was a good frag from Infinity. Doesn't find anybody yet as they are pushing up to broadcast, and this is starting to look a little bit more difficult for AESIR. So I think Infinity realizes what's happening now. Lynx is taken out by Determined as we see Hotline Desk Determined all in a server. I hear another frag toss. Determined pushing into broadcast. Can they get the CMP planted? Ninja Tim firing through the broadcast screen. There's an instant. That's going to make things a little bit more annoying for AESIR. The EMP is now tossed OnDog on the other side of server with that Marui getting ready to swing in. Might find a kill on Red and does. A frag tossed out. Hotline picks up the kill on OnDog as it's Dolphin finds the kill on Des. Determined takes out Ninja Tim. It's now a 3 versus 2. It's down to Dolphin and Old Gravy. Gravy looking for a kill. Dolphin looking for a kill. EMP has been planted. Determined in servers. Is taken out. Old Gravy takes out 2. What an ending from Determined Fear, who took out both of those Infinity players and secured that round for AESIR. They picked up a round on the offense here, and that's going to be difficult for Infinity to come back from.
Yeah, and now at least that's what AESIR had to do. They just had to commit. They were able to isolate. They were able to isolate that broadcast site. Now they were able to fully push. They were able to get that EMP plant. Now it looked a little bit more scary in post plant because they lost around 2 players while trying to defend, but they kept their cool. They're able to take down a couple of more players in sight, and when I believe Dolphin and Gravy tried to push through, through hallway, try to get to server. That also got shut down immediately. So it's looking great for them.
You know, I just noticed this in the chat. Philibus, the another VRML caster, noted that round wins don't count for a tiebreaker anymore. That was a preseason thing. So apologies for preaching that, but it does look. I mean, we do see Infinity up a round over AESIR, but AESIR has a lot more money to play around with. They got the util now, so we could potentially see a little more performance from AESIR here. We do see OnDog up in the podcast room at the moment, radio, whatever you want to call it. It's Dolphin out in lobby. We've got Old Gravy on the other side. In the office hallway on the other side of the wall from Dest and Red, who find a lot of shots there. Frag is tossed in. That's not going to find anybody else. We do have Determined and Hotline moving into bathrooms. I think Hotline walked into a trip mine. Lynx GTV. On the other side of that vent, looking to swing in. Finds the kill on Dest with that Omen. Moving back over to the water. The water cooler. Is tagged by a frag there. Oh my goodness, there's the breach from Bathrooms. Hotline picks up the kill on Lynx GTV. It's Dolphin, finds kill on Tech9 Jr. Ninja Tim takes out Hotline as Old Gravy takes out Red. Determined finds Old Gravy and Ninja Tim takes out Determined Fear to give Infinity a 3-1 game over AESIR.
And I feel like I was a little bit more hesitant because Old Gravy did push out window when in that position there was 2 players outside of courtyard. I was like, I was looking there almost in disappointment, but stays alive. And then when they pinched hallway, they're able to get the frags, and that Omen work from Lynx is something. I think I would argue the worst gun in SMGs, and it got a kill in tier 1 play. Imagine that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Omen, it's a tough gun to get a kill with, but Lynx made it work. I mean, we'll see here. We've got Determined outside of Upper Lounge. Old Gravy on the other side of that window on Dog. Old Gravy now out by North Stairs. Here goes round 5. The start of this round, we do see Determined again outside of Upper Lounge. Here's the drone from AESIR. Now moving into Upper Lounge. OnDog finds that drone. Oh, Determined is very, very low on 9 health. What a great shot from, I believe it was.
Oh, they don't have stims. Determined is stuck on 9 HP.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt AESIR big time here. We got Tech9 up on the roof, and this is just really, really difficult for this AESIR team here tonight. I mean, they're just having a lot of trouble with this Infinity defense. Now, they picked up 1 round on the offense. I wonder, I mean, that's going to prevent them from going 6-0 in the first half and preventing that Infinity 6-0 lockout. So, what do you think the plan's going to be from AESIR for this round and the round after?
Okay, so that tripwire did wonders, as well as often getting a kill off of Tech. But I was originally gonna say they were planning on doing green screen, but now I think AESIR realized that now they gotta commit to this, as Red's actually able to take out Dolphin. But hey, there's one defender, but the rest of Infinity, they know about this. They're gonna try and start to rotate. Red is on critical HP. Made the way to cross, but at what cost? It's gonna be out for a while. And make through smoke toss, gonna clear that out. Goes a little bit too far. Lynx is able to retrieve it, but it gets caught in the making. The Molotov toss trying to deny the push. They still have time to work with, but oh, don't open up that wall, Red. Don't open up that wall.
OnDog might find the kill as Red opens up the wall. If only they could hear you, Hurtosh. We see Dest looking to move in, tossing that flash in, finds the kill on OnDog. What a flick. Hotline takes out Old Gravy. It's now just down to Ninja Tim. This could be very big for AESIR if they pick up a second round over Infinity here. I mean, we see the EMP planted. All they need to do is play back on AESIR. And I think this started to fall apart when Lynx GTV kind of ran in front of the door there. It was a bit of an overextension, kind of reckless, and it hurts Infinity here. It's now just down to Ninja Tim, who's got to deal with Hotline. Red is on 13 health, so you could probably breathe on Red, and they die. Ninja looks for that kill, does find it on Red, but now has to deal with both Des and Hotline, who are not as low as Red. There's a 30-second warning on the EMP. Hotline is over in Green Room. Des in that window, and this is just so difficult for Ninja to deal with here. We see Hotline finding some shots, but Ninja picks up that kill. Even if Ninja finds the kill on Des right now, Ninja's going to have to be so fast with that defuse. I don't know if there's enough time to get it anymore. I think time is going to expire as that EMP defuses the bomb, and AESIR pick up their second round on the offense. And this is starting to look a little sketchy for Infinity. They've had a good defense so far, but if AESIR picks up another kill, another round, they'll tie it up on the first half.
And then I believe, even though there's a little bit of an economic disadvantage on Infinity. Oh, by the way, production until we hit 1K subs. Let's go. I gotta do the drink now. I made the promise. I'll probably do it next week, assuming I actually get the order on time. But yeah, 1K subs. But let's just focus on the Breachers match, because hey, this is good. And you know, even though we hit 1K subs, let's try and keep it. Tell everyone else to hit the sub button, and you know, tell them that hey, Breachers is a fun game, and they should watch more of it. There's very good competition, you know, like this right here, 3-2. Even though unfortunately that factory game was a little bit of a stomp, but this is probably one of the closest games in terms of tier 1.
I mean, Factory was 7-1, but it still felt like every round was getting down to the wire, except for the round where AESIR.
It was a 10-second round.
Seconds. Yeah, that wasn't as close, but we'll see what happens with the rest of this game. I mean, you're still free to bring this to your school board and try and get everybody to subscribe as well. I mean, you'll show them this match. I'm sure they'd subscribe in a heartbeat. But we do see Determined and Hotline right outside of lower lounge at the moment, as we have Red. Oh, OnDog finds the kill on Dust. No way that was a lean out. What? I've never seen that before. OnDog leaned over the balcony and picked up a kill there. Old Gravy finds Tech 9. Red takes out Old Gravy. It's Dolphin in the bathroom hallway. It's a 3 versus 4. Things are looking a little bit difficult for AESIR right now. They are a player down. OnDog is running that Taurus, so it could go either way right now. They do have 3 rifles, but AESIR's very, very split up at the moment. We see Determined and Red have opened up conference. Ninja Tim looking to push out over to that breach, trying to find the kill on Determined, as we see Hotline taking out OnDog there. It's now a 3 versus 3. Determined looking to push in, firing through the partition there, but Lynx with the kill as Ninja Tim drops 2 to give the round to Infinity and give them a 4-2 lead heading into the second half. But was this the two rounds from AESIR? Do you think this will come back to haunt Infinity as AESIR moves to the defense?
I just pray that they're actually able to push, but I will say that Infinity, hopefully they learn how AESIR played after everything that's happened, after a total of, I believe, 19 plus 7, I think 24 rounds. I'm too lazy to do math. Hopefully they learn a couple of things about AESIR, and they're able to counter some of their strats, and, you know, not lose a lot of players. Because what it feels like is that Infinity are losing a lot of these players when they try to push. They end up getting caught from flanks. They end up getting casual. Like, some of these very easy picks they gave away because they weren't watching some flanks, or they just didn't have their gun up on time.
That'd be would you say 19 plus 7? That would be 26 rounds, but it is it is what it is. As we have Infinity now on the offense, AESIR on the defense. 5 spectrals from Infinity. Excuse me, AESIR. 3 Spectrals from Infinity, a Taurus, and just we see a frag as determined, finding some shots on Ondog there. He's now down to 78 health. 2 minutes 40 on the clock as determined has been chewed up by that Taurus of Ondog. Hotline TK's Tech9 Jr. Frag is tossed out. That's not going to find anybody on Infinity as they now move into podcast room. Red finds 2 as we see It's Dolphin now pushing out into that's the broadcast hallway as we see Red over by lobby. Picked up those 2 cleanup kills. It's Dolphin takes out Determined Fear with that frag as Infinity pushing into mixing. Hotline swings out. Finds 1, finds 2. Hotline with the triple kill. Oh, no way. What a round from AESIR. It looked like Infinity might actually pick up a win there, but Hotline with the triple kill to give AESIR the round. Very impressive.
That flashbang. I thought that flashbang worked. They got 3. The Molotov from AESIR said something else, and it ended up because that's got to be I think a little bit of a mistake from Infinity. They threw that flash. It ended up flashing everyone in that room, including the teammates. And I was like, and then I saw that Ninja Tim walked into the Molotov. It's like, yeah, this isn't gonna go well.
It's like a little element of chaos, but. Yeah,
chaos theory. You could argue.
Yeah, chaos theory. But in the end, it worked out more for AESIRs. They did pick up their round. That round. They're now 1 round off of tying Infinity in this 3rd map. We'll see. Is Old Gravy right outside of lower lounge? It's Dolphin right outside of lobby lounge. There are a lot of lounges on Skyscraper, so I wonder what the push is going to be from Infinity. They're kind of spread out, but we do have 3 outside of lobby lounge. Ondog outside of green room hallway looking for a roamer upstairs as Infinity looks to form up again. We have a drone heading into lobby lounge. Red is in lobby. If Red moves upstairs, Red might be taken out by Ondog. We'll see. Ondog heading downstairs, but that drone spots Red, who looks to drop down, but this is going to be difficult. Red with the frag tossing that in to cover their escape. Heading upstairs right now. Hotline and Tech9 Jr. are right on the other side of the store blocker. Is Hotline going to do it? Is Hotline going to swing out on Infinity? We see Ondog quite low. Determined and Red with a pincer. Determined, oh my goodness, a string of kills as Hotline finishes off. It's Dolphin. Hotline with the double kill. And Hotline swung on Infinity. And wow, that really that really worked out in AESIR's favor to tie it up.
I'm surprised that they didn't try and hard commit to the site inside. They didn't try to commit to conference, and that ended up they tried to focus on determined, and then that ended up there was 2 on flank. The one from the top immediately drops, and when they knew that once the call was there, Hotline went through that door blocker and ended up getting all of them, and it was just a slaughter fest that AESIR was able to do.
Here we are on Infinity's rifle round. They're full buying here. We do see a Taurus from Ninja Tim, Ondog with the Marui, Lynx GTV with the Marui, Old Gravy and It's Dolphin running the Vesence. You know, just as a side point, it's nice to see more of the Marui in comp play. Didn't really have a place here before it got buffed in the skills and skins update with a damage buff and a horizontal recoil buff. So always nice to see something new in the rotation here, but AESIR, they're just sticking with the Vezin. They're 5 Vezins, 2 Maruis, 2 Vezins, and a Taurus from Infinity at the moment. They're all still up on the roof. This is kind of strange. What do you think their plan's going to be here?
I think they just want to clear out everything before they try and commit to this. Because that's, I think, Infinity were conditioned from that last round because they let Hotline try to push through. As that's what's going to happen. They have the info. The Tripwire is going to stall for a little bit. Nate toss. But this bought so much time for AESIR. They ended up stalling, but Onyx able to take down Hotline. From set up, but Tech9 in down hallway as well as Red able to take down 2 of the Infinity members. It's down to a 4v3 Tech9 situation, but that's a Determined are able to find their own frag all down the gravy into a 1v3, but immediately shut down.
Wow, Again, a very fast round as AESIR now takes the lead. More importantly, putting Infinity on the danger zone here. Of course, if AESIR wins this, they'll be on match point. And then, if they do get match point, then they would officially win this, because then they would secure the draw, and because they won factory, then they would win. Because we, as Philippus pointed out in the chat, they don't go off of rounds as the tiebreaker anymore. That was a preseason thing. But anyways, looking at the eco here over on Infinity, they're low on money, but they have to spend to avoid that tie. I mean, what do you think they have to do here, Heritage, in order to win this?
I think kind of do the same thing that AESIR did and just play aggressive. Maybe if they just are able to just focus on clearing some of these sites and they're fully aware of it, they just gotta commit heavy. They commit heavy, they're able to get a couple of these post-spawn situations. Because I feel like that, especially with Infinity on offense, they've never been able to stick a plan.
Well, maybe, I mean, there's a first time for everything. You never know. As Tag9 takes out Old Gravy. Very early pick for AESIR. Red swings out, finds one, but gets refragged. But Ninja Tim TK's Links GTV. Oh my goodness, that's costly for Infinity. That hurts them a lot here. It's just down to Ninja, and it's Dolphin against Tech9 Determined. But it's Dolphin finds the kill on Determined, who looks to run out. Now, if AESIR overextends here, it could be their downfall in this round. They don't want to get too eager before they secure match point here. Once they secure match point, well, they could really do anything. They could, 5-stack Canuts if they wanted to, because they've already secured the win. But we do see Dest moving into that smoke. Tech9 by Venny's just watching that window. There's 2 minutes left on the clock, so really, there's plenty of time for Ninja and Dolphin to change up their push, to gather information, to do whatever they need. You do see, I mean, they're just sticking over to lower lounge. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have. Do you think if they swing Dest, they could pick up the kill?
No, I feel like they would just end up losing so much, like in terms of resource, because they wouldn't have any type of healing storage. Even though Dest does have a healing storage, they could recover that. But I feel like it would be a little bit too late, because Dest would be able to line up both Dolphin and Ninja Tim and end up getting that, deciding round. As I'm not sure if this is a good call if they just want to wrap all the way to the other site. They do have a minute to work with, but Dest is going to be heavily aware about this.
Yeah, I mean, Dolphin and Ninja both have Vezins. Tech9, Dest both have Vezins, but they're heading over to Lobby. Now, they've used a lot of their time over on Infinity at the moment. They're now less than a minute, and they're going to push Lobby. They're being very quiet, but they're going to need to pick up the pace here before they run out of time. Now, Ninja has that
Tech could just swing this. Tech could just swing as the moment he gets auto kill. There's 30 seconds left, and they're just going to be able to do HP. They have to commit to this.
Oh, there's a door blocker. It's Dolphin has breaching foam and a frag. They need to get that EMP down now.
There's a static field.
Oh, there's a static as Tech9 moves into site A, realizes that's where the push is, tosses a frag out as Ninja looks to swing in, but the EMP's got to be planted. Ninja looks to plant it. Tech9 finds it, but there's not enough. Oh my goodness, it's Dolphin drops a double kill at the last second to tie it up. No way.
She's done it all to IGL the entire thing and to keep Infinity alive. And we are not done here. It was a nail biter. It almost looked like it was about to pull out of Infinity's hands. And just out of sheer will, Dolphin to just 1v2 this. Oh, that's a highlight in this entire match.
4 seconds left on the clock, and AESIR, I think what they needed to do there is, I mean, they sent Tech9 in there, but maybe just play back. I know they pushed up on Dolphin. Maybe they were concerned that the EMP was going to get planted, but wow, what a round from Infinity to stay in this. Of course, they tie it up. Whoever wins this is going to go on match point. Now remember, AESIR, they only need one round. If they secure the tie, they win. Infinity needs to win both of these. They need to win map 3 in order to tie it up overall, I guess, but we'll see what happens here. It's Dolphin heading down to Courtyard. The sites are offices and B2 Lounge. We do see On Dog right outside of Lounge here. Ninja Tim over by offices, actually on the other side of the office hallway. We see It's Dolphin has opened up that window there with the cloaking device. We have Determined Fear in upper lounge at the moment. Dolphin's been tagged. Tech9 Jr. is tagged. They do have one heal over on AESIR. No heals on Infinity. Do you think that's going to hurt them, Hurtaj?
They just gotta decide how to take these type of gunfights. If they're able to retrieve that one singular healing syringe coming in from Red, but they just need to know when to play cautious or when to play aggro and how to punish these type of plays that AESIR's doing, because it feels like they're playing a lot more passive. They have at least a minimum of 2 players trying to lurk, and if they just try and overwhelm one single site, I think they're able to play on that and force a post-point situation. But they're gonna be setting up here on the B site.
There's the breach in the office hallways. Tech9 swings out on Dog, who tossed his smoke in. Very, very nice play by Tech9, who gets refragged by Lynx GTV. Oh my goodness, it's a 4 versus 4. Ninja takes out Determined Death, finds the kill on Old Grave, but the EMP is down right outside of B2 Lounge, and Infinity are not over there at the moment. Lynx GTV still watching the office hallway, but this is very advantageous for AESIR. I don't think they realize that the EMP is right outside of BT Lounge hotline. Finds the kill on Ninja Tim. It's a 3 versus 2. It's down to Lynx and Dolphin. I mean, they had such an impressive clutch in the previous round. But Red finds the kill on Lynx GTV. It's now just down to It's Dolphin, who has to 1v3 this on 30 health. They don't have any kind of recovery items over on Infinity. 45 seconds left on the clock, and It's Dolphin is going to have to pull a miracle here in order for for Infinity to win or potentially tie this final map here. We see Dest on the other side of the vent as Dolphin just carefully moving. It's going to need to push with that cloaking device on. 20 seconds on the clock. Doesn't have the EMP, so just needs to kill all 3 of the AESIR players. We see Dolphin getting ready to swing into B2 Lounge. Finds 1 on Hotline. Finds 2 on Dest. Needs to push in. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. Can Dolphin do it again? She's pushing up on Red. Oh no! Red takes out Dolphin, and AESIR secure the tie. And they go ahead and they tie it up on this final round, which means they get this tie up. And since they won Factory and tied the first map, that means AESIR is your winner tonight. But we'll stick around for this final round.
What a series of just every single round has mattered a lot, and huge respect to both of these teams. They've played. I think they're well aware that they're fully tired and they want to rest, and it's just been back and forth, gunfight after gunfight. It's like these simple mistakes, even though it did look a little bit costly. Both of these teams have been able to cover from these almost unwinnable situations, and I think that's just what makes it. I'm just happy that y'all in the chat were able to tune in into this series. Me and Bob are very much, privileged to cast this entire match.
Yeah, I mean, again, even though Factory was 7-1 Acer, it still feels like every single round in this game, well, again, except for that one, have been really, really close. These two teams are just neck and neck. Determined Fear finds a kill on Ondog as Ninja Tim links Old Gravy, pushing the vent. There's the frag in the vent. Oh, that does a lot of damage to Lynx and Ninja. Red finds the kill on its Dolphin. And this is just not working out for Infinity at this point. AESIR, of course, secures match point. The best that Infinity can do is tie it up. The worst they can do is lose to AESIR on this map if they lose another round here. But it's just been difficult because AESIR has a lot of money to play around with in the first place. And Infinity, they spent it all on the last round. So they really only have one Vezin here, and the rest of them are just ecoing. So no matter what way you look at this, it's just difficult for Infinity. They had a very, very nice run tonight. They are up on the roof, so it looks like they might try and continue their push. Ninja Tim moving into upper lounge. Lynx, Old Gravy in upper lounge. Here's the 3v5. We do have Ninja Tim with that Vezin looking to take out the door blocker over by the podcast room. Red is actually over in storage hallway, finds the kill on Ninja Tim. That might be curtains for Infinity here. Oh, Lynx is taken out by Red. It's now just down to Old Gravy, who does have that cloaking device, but this could be it. We see a minute 20 on the clock. Yes, determined swings Old Gravy. And that means that AESIR win map 3 and walk away as the winner of the whole series.
7-5, 6-6, 7-1. Every single round besides Factory, they all mattered so much, and every single decision was, the tiniest ones were so influential, and it was such a close series. The executes from both sides have been flawless, and we do look at that scoreboard 13-8. We see at least 5 players from this entire game going into that double-digit territory, and
yeah, taking a look at the scoreboard.
It's tiring.
Yeah, taking a look at the scoreboard really quick. Hotline 12-5, Red 13-8, Determined Fear 11-6, Kenny 3-6, Daniel 5-2. Which one of them was Ondog? The other was.
I believe it was Red Hotline, Tech and and Des.
Tech and Des. Yeah, that's what we were gonna say. And over on Infinity, Ninja Tim 11-7, Old Gravy 6-11, Lynx GTV 6-10, It's Dolphin 10-7, and David, who was Ondog, 8-10. So what an incredible game from both of these teams. And of course, Heritage, big thanks to you for joining me tonight. It's been just a ton of fun here. Really quick, I'd like to shout out our sponsors, and then we'll get our closing regards here. But first of all, big thanks to Helga, the Manager Bot. Are you tired of juggling schedule, stats, and communication for your esports team? Say hello to Helga, the esports team management bot. Helga helps with availability, scheduling, communication with opponents, and statistical analysis. To get started, join their Discord, linked in the chat or on the VRML Breachers Onward website. Next up, we've got HyperX. Get 15% off MRSP off of fully priced HyperX products in North America using code HXVRML23. HyperX also supports VRML with the high-quality HyperX Quadcast S. They provide equipment for our casting team, so big thank you to HyperX. Of course, we'd like to thank ProTube VR. ProTube provides the best VR rifle mounts and VR accessories. Help stabilize your aim in-game by picking up a MagTube stock. Of course, you can also check out the Force Tube with haptic feedback to enhance any virtual shooting experience with a variety of other products, ranging from Beat Saber to joystick mounts. ProTube VR is your one-stop shop for controller peripherals. We'd like to thank Exclaim, the official merch store for the VRML. we're joining forces with Exclaim because they enable teams to set up their very own merch stores, sell your team's gear through Exclaim, and tap into a whole new level of fan engagement. Plus, if you're interested in an exclusive store-wide discount while supporting the league, consider affiliating with VRML via Exclaim. We'd like to thank the creators team and mods team, and of course, last but certainly not least, the developers of Breacher's Triangle Factory for contributing to that prize pool. But for now, that is going to do it for us. I'm Gibbler Bob. This is Hertaj. Thank you again so much for joining me, Hertaj.
Yep. And I want to say a big thank you to you guys there watching this stream. We couldn't have done this without you guys coming in, tuning in. We do this on our own. We're not getting paid for this. And we do this voluntarily because we just like the game. And none of this would have been possible without a community. And as a VR as whole, we did hit 1K. I know some of you are memeing right now and hitting on sub, but after just hit that subscribe button. And hey, make sure you tell everyone to subscribe to Breacher's VRML. We have a lot more content on the way. Tomorrow is when match generation starts, and we get a lot of brand new matchups, some rematches, some new ones that we haven't seen in a while. I know a lot of these brand new teams are coming into the scene. They're making some really big noise right now, and we're gonna be looking at them.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the evolution of teams through the VRML season. I mean, you start off with, a ton of them. We had over 300 teams. We're down to like 100 now because teams change, they fall apart. New teams are created all the time. So yeah, always check out that match page because you never know what kind of matchup you're going to get. We've had a lot of great matchups over the weekend here. And yeah, that is going to do it for tonight. Once again, I'm Gibbler Bob. This is my co-cast, Hertaj. And we'll see you all later. Everybody have a very, very good night. Goodbye.
Breacher's VRML is brought to you by Triangle Factory, HyperX, ProTube VR. Thanks for watching VRML.